All right, coach, the winter is over. It's time for spring. It's time to get back on the grass with our kids and get some things done. And in today's video, I've got 5 simple things that you can put into place this spring to guarantee results in the fall. Stay tuned. Coach, welcome back to Coltharp Connect. This is Coach Coltharp coming to you again. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. My name is George Coltharp. I've been doing YouTube since 2019. I started off with the 92 Mesh Group channel and then evolved that over to Air Raid Nation. I've been doing a lot of different things, YouTube courses, websites, writing books, and things like that. Predominantly about the air raid and 3-4 defense, but I've evolved into wanting to do a lot of different things. And that's where Coltharp Connect comes from. What we're doing on this channel is things that just interests me, whether it's coaching, whether it's cooking, whether it's travel, foodie, just any kind of different thing, life after football, looking at different kinds of things. So if these are the kind of videos you like, you found the right place. And if you haven't subscribed and you would like to see more, I wish you would. It's a free way you can support me in this venture. We're about 420 subscribers as of this video, growing this channel like we grew the last one, and I'm really excited about you guys to spend some time with us. All that being said, today we're talking about spring practice. And spring practice can be like very stressful. A lot of people don't get a lot out of spring practice because they're trying new things or they just don't have an organized plan. But in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 simple things that you can do to make sure that your spring practice shows some results in the fall. So drop a like on the video, hit a subscribe, and let's jump into the content. All right, Coach. So we're bringing back our 5-minute football series in today's video here on Coltharp Connect. This channel actually started off as 5-minute football. It was my brand new idea after I got done with Air Raid Nation and kind of strayed away and did Spin It to Win and a couple of other different things. But I just really like this 5-minute football idea. So this is part of our 5-minute football series. And in the comments down below, let me know the first time you saw me on YouTube. Was it 92 Mesh Group, Air Raid Nation? Is it Coltharp Connect? Is it Varsity Edge? Let me know because it'd be interesting to see. And also let me know what state or country you're watching from. So today, let's look at things in the spring that will show up in the fall. The first thing you got to do is you got to identify your core installs. What must be taught? Come up with a great plan to identify your core. And I went through that today. We had our first spring defensive practice, and we had this plan laid out, and then after we got out there, talking to the head coach after practice today, and we were just kind of talking, and he was like, I think we really need to just get really good this spring at this coverage and not worry about everything else. And I was all in on that. I said, look, man, I've ran that coverage. Some of you guys see my old stuff. We were talking about cover 7, and I said, hey, look, man, I would run cover 7 all day long and never run anything different. So that was something we talked about, and it is part of our core install. So having that great core install plan, because right now we're just kind of doing, willy-nilly workouts in our football class. We haven't really started true spring ball yet. So just, having that plan and identifying what our core installs, whether offensive and defensively, is really, really important. That doesn't discount for the fact that you might have been studying some new stuff and you want to see what that looks like. But to be fair, I would do my core installs in the summer, and then, in the spring, and then mess around with some new stuff, maybe a week in the summer. That's just the way I think about it. Also decide what you're not installing in the spring. I think it's really good. The spring is a really good time to get good at fundamentals. Don't worry about all these exotic blitzes and stuff. If you're a defensive guy, like I'll be doing a lot of defensive content this year because I'm being a defensive coordinator again. But what you're not going to install, are you doing this, this extra formation stuff? You don't want to get too advanced in the spring. I think the spring has to be about your core personality. Who are you? What are you about? And you establish that during spring practice. The third thing is build a base practice script. We have a practice template, and in talking to the kids today, I told them, I was like, this is what practice is going to look like. It's going to look like this every day. Some of you guys may have seen some of my old stuff where I talk about, coaching defense from an air raid philosophy of having the same kind of structure every day, the same kind of drills every day, and getting the kids very familiar to it. So that was one thing that we're going to focus on this spring, is building a base practice script template and getting the kids used to the way practice is going to flow. And that'll flow right through the summer, right into the fall. And you will see from day one in fall camp, if the majority of your kids have been involved in the off season, you will start making progress so much quicker in the past if you establish that baseline in the spring. Um, you can, this is where you organize your drills by your positions and your groups. I think that's a big thing in the spring. Get your drills together, get your position coaches together, have them describe their drills in writing. Teach the kids the drills. Don't worry about doing the drills as much as teaching the drills. I think that's so important. Too many times, you jump into wanting to get things done 100 miles an hour and you don't think about, is it being done right? What are the spring is a great time to work on details, getting those drills taught the way that you want, looking at the drills that you have, and then maybe one or two drills that you've been thinking about doing, or maybe you picked up at a clinic, getting it taught to your kids so that when it's time to really start rolling, during the summertime and during the fall, they understand what's going on. I can't emphasize enough focusing on the basic details in the spring. And then lastly, I think this is a great one. Get fresh film of your drills. Have one of your managers or a player that's not practicing right now film your drills with an iPad. Film the drills from different angles. Create cut ups. You don't have to be a college guy to have drill cut ups. Create your own drill cut ups so you can show new guys, hey, this is how we do that drill. And then you're not spending time on the grass teaching the drill because you've taught that drill. Put it in a Google Drive, do whatever so the kids can do the drills. And then that they know because you've installed, going back to number 3, you've installed that base script for practice, that they know what those drills are. Post your drills in the locker room before you go out. Hey, these are the 5 drills we're doing today, so they can be refreshed. I can't tell you enough how much how much value that has moving forward. So these are just kind of like 5 quick things that I had on my mind that if you work on them in the spring, you really will see some turnaround in the fall. In the comments below, what are some things that you do in the spring that maybe are different that we can share with other coaches? Hey, if you're interested in any of my books or anything like that, all that stuff's down in the description. You can go over to varsityedge.com and check out all the handouts and things like that. If you want to join over there, that's great. But today's about short and quick. Thanks for talking with us today in this 5-minute football clinic. We'll see you soon. Keep learning, keep coaching.